Every manifestation teacher talks about frequency, identity, quantum shifts, and reality selection. Almost none of them talk about the boring thing underneath all of it, the thing that actually determines whether any of those concepts produce results in your life. This video is about the boring thing and why without it, everything else you do in the manifestation space is just philosophy. So principle 1, consistency is not a disciplined strategy. It is a frequency signal. Most people think consistency is about willpower. Show up even when you do not feel like it. Push through resistance. The framing makes consistency feel like a punishment, and the punishment is not sustainable. The real reason consistency matters has nothing to do with discipline. Every time you show up for the new identity, you send a signal to your subconscious mind. That signal says, this is who I am now. This is real. This is permanent. This is why this is very important. Everything you do, every action you take is a vote either for your new identity or for your old identity. If you wake up and stay in bed for the next half an hour, you're feeding or you're voting for your old identity. But every time you wake up and then do something like meditate, journal, write down all the tasks you have for today, that's voting for your new identity. So these habits feel like they're difficult, but they're not actually difficult, because what's happening is your old identity is making it difficult for you. What's truly happening is that because you're not doing those habits, you're not forming these new habits, you're voting for your old identity and you're giving it power. But as soon as your new identity gets more and more votes, then what happens? Every habit gets absolutely easy. Even the part when you think that the new habit is hard is just another block. It's your belief about that habit. Because for some people, the habit you're trying to form is like every day. It's something they do just automatically. Like you brushing your teeth. Is it hard for you to do? You have to make yourself to do it? Or do you just naturally do it when you wake up and when you go to sleep? Taking a shower. Is it easy for you? Is it hard? If it's easy, then you need to take that same belief and put it into the new habits. Because as long as you believe that this is hard for you, this is difficult, that's how the whole thing will work for you. Your new habit, your new identity will be difficult to reach because you already told yourself that it's very difficult to do. So your language, your programming, your beliefs need to change about your new identity, about your new habits. The signal says, this is who I am now, this is real, this is permanent. Every time you do not show up, you send the opposite signal. This was temporary. I was not serious. The old identity wins. Every single day there's a battle between your old identity and your new identity. They're like wolves you're feeding. If you want a better life, if you want your dream reality to come true, you need to feed the new identity. If you want to stay in the old pattern and this reality, then just keep feeding your old identity. Consistency is the language your subconscious uses to decide which identity is real. It's the exact same thing. It's the votes. The more consistent you are with your choices, with your decisions, the more power you're giving to either your old identity or the new identity. It's all about your votes, your decisions. So show up constantly and the subconscious accepts the new identity. Skip it and the old one reasserts itself. So then the old one will win. That's the whole point. Now, if you want to get this PDF for yourself, you can do so. The link will be down in the description. There's a couple of questions here that can truly help you solve your problems and actually help you manifest. So one of the questions is, where in your life are you currently inconsistent with an identity you say you want to occupy? So what habit are you not succeeding in? You can even try to destroy old habits. That's the best thing you can do, because creating new stuff, it's harder. But destroying old stuff is easier. Even if it's hard for you to destroy an old habit, try to replace it. Because you can never truly destroy a habit, we can only replace it with something else. So replace your bad habits with something good. If you wake up and scroll in your bed for half an hour, instead of scrolling, do an activity that will actually get you closer to your goals. Principle number 2. The gap between deciding and manifesting is filled by one thing. You have made the decision. You have felt the shift. You know who you are becoming. And then reality has not changed yet. The lag is present. The old circumstances are still showing up. Most people fill that gap with doubt, with searching for signs, with switching strategies. The people who manifest results fill the gap with one thing only: showing up the same way every single day. This is what people get wrong. They try to do, let's say, technique, a manifestation technique. And after some time, if the technique doesn't work, what happens? Oh, they blame the technique. They try a new one. They try a new strategy. When they don't understand that every technique works. Everything works. The only thing that truly works if you believe that it works. But because you don't believe your technique works, what's going to happen? Reality will not let the technique work. And every time you switch your technique, your strategy, what happens then? Then the world, your reality, can't keep up with your decisions because you're changing them every single time. You need to be consistent in your decisions. You can't want so many different things at the same time. Because what happens then? You get mixed signals. You send mixed signals to the universe, to your reality, to yourself, to your subconscious. And then you get mixed signals in reality. You try to find the signs, but the signs aren't there. They probably are there, but through a perception, you can't really see them because you can't see the entire universe as it's moving. You can't comprehend everything that's happening right now because of your awareness. You only have 5 senses, and because that, you can't really understand everything that's happening to you. Maybe somewhere that's not really too close to you, somebody is about to reach you, and that somebody can change your life. But you not seeing that person right now is destroying your chances to actually meet that person. You're not seeing them fast enough, and you start to doubt yourself. And when you doubt yourself, then the reality and your universe doubts your decision. That's how it works. The people who manifest results fill the gap with one thing only: showing up the same way every single day. Not because they feel like it, because the new identity shows up regardless of feeling. This is the most important thing. If you truly are your new identity, then showing up for you is absolutely easy. Because everything else is just a lie you've been telling yourself, which is still okay. You can lie to yourself until your lie becomes the truth. Because even lies can become the truth. Your subconscious doesn't realize what truth is and what a lie is. It's all the same to it. It's just going to start creating stuff. Feelings are produced by the old identity. The new identity acts before the feeling arrives. The gap between decision and manifestation is not a test of belief. It's a test of consistency. Every day you show up in the gap is a day that the new reality moves closer. Every day you do not is a day it moves further away. I think that's self-explanatory. A question for you. What decision have you made about your identity that you have not backed up with constant action? What is that decision you made, but you never actually took action about that decision? You need to tell the truth now. Put it down in the comments. I want to know. Principle 3. What consistency actually looks like in practice? Consistency does not mean doing enormous things every day. It means doing the identity confirming thing every day, no matter how small. The entrepreneur who wants to build a business writes one idea in a notebook every morning. The person who wants financial abundance reviews their goals for 5 minutes before sleep. And this is actually the best time you can do this. Because if you do this before you sleep, that's the best time to reprogram your subconscious. If you fill your subconscious with your new goals, with your new desired reality, what is it going to do? It's going to open up the doors. It's going to open up the path to that new desired reality. The creator who wants an audience makes one piece of content per week without exception. Absolutely right. If you're trying to build a business, a personal brand, anything that can make you money and gain freedom from it, you need to be heard. You need to start to create. The freest human is the one who can create whatever they want when they want. So, these are not impressive actions. They're identity confirming actions. Each one tells the subconscious the new identity is still here, still operating, still real. The size of the action is almost irrelevant. The consistency of the action is everything. The whole point is for you to keep being consistent. It doesn't matter how big the action is. The only thing that matters is you being consistent with your decisions. If you're going to the gym, you can't just go one time or 2 times and that's it. You need to go every single week, a couple of times per week, 3 or 4. Even some people go 7 days a week. But you have to be consistent with your decisions. Because if you're not, reality doesn't know what you want. You're giving mixed signals. Question for you. What is one small identity confirming action you could do every day that takes less than 10 minutes? What is something that you can do right now? Principle 4. Why most people fail at consistency and how to make it automatic. Most people fail at consistency because they rely on motivation to show up. Motivation is produced by the old identity. This is where it traps you. You seek that motivation. You tell yourself, oh, when I get motivated, I'm gonna do it. Oh, when I really want to do it, then I'm gonna do it. You're waiting for the feeling instead of your new identity pushing you through it. So motivation is produced by the old identity. It comes and goes based on circumstances. The new identity does not wait for motivation. It shows up because that is what it does. Again, the simplest example I can give you is brushing your teeth. Do you need motivation to brush your teeth? No. You go in the bathroom and you just brush your teeth. There's no ifs and buts and what's not. You just do it because that's your identity. That's who you are. But the new you needs to make these habits automatic for you. The way to make consistency automatic is to attach it to identity rather than to your outcomes. Instead of looking at your outcomes, change who you are. Change the person you're trying to become. Not, I'm going to post consistently until I get results. That is an outcome based and fragile. But I'm someone who shows up every day. That is identity based and unbreakable. That's like saying I'm going to go to the gym until I see results. That's not how it works. People who go to the gym, they're not going to go to the gym for the next 3 months. They're going to make gym their lifestyle. When you ask people who've been going to the gym for the last 5 to 10 years, they can't live their lives without going to the gym. That's the exact same thing that you need to do. Instead of going on a diet, you need to change your lifestyle. Diets are only going to help you in the short term, but you don't want a diet. What you want to do is have a food system or way you eat food every single day for the rest of your life. No more quick time fixes. You don't need band-aids anymore. You need to solve the core issues. When consistency is part of who you are, missing it feels wrong. It creates discomfort. That discomfort is the new identity protecting itself. Use it. Let it pull you back when you drift. Discomfort is the best feeling you can have when you're trying to pull yourself towards your new identity. When you feel that something's wrong, you didn't do something, that's the best feeling you can have. Because that feeling is going to pull you into actually doing it. You don't need to wait for motivation. You just need your identity to tell you that you need to do this. And this is who you are right now. So my question for you is, are you currently relying on motivation or identity to stay consistent? People are dopamine driven because of motivation. Instead of actually doing it, they get dopamine from just getting motivated by other people to do it. But you never actually do it because you already got the dopamine that you wanted. So motivation is like a drug that's slowly destroying you. It's destroying you because it leaves you in inaction, and that's destroying your desired reality. And principle 5 here, the compounding effect of boring consistency on your reality. So nothing changes in the first week of consistent action. Almost nothing changes in the first month. This is where most people conclude it is not working and stop. What is actually happening in those first weeks is invisible subconscious reprogramming. Each consistent action is laying one more brick in the new identity foundation. By week 6, the foundation is solid enough that the new identity begins to feel more real than the old one. By month 3, the old identity is genuinely struggling to reassert itself. The new identity has momentum. By month 6, the results begin to compound visibly. Opportunities appear. Circumstances shift. The people who experience this describe it as overnight success. It was never overnight. It was boring daily consistency, compounding invisibly until it became undeniable. This is where so many people fail. Because like I said, people start believing that it's going to happen tomorrow. It's just that it could happen. I truly believe there's people who can do it. But the majority of people don't operate that way because we all have blocks. We all had childhood traumas that formed blocks. And because we have those blocks, it's very hard for us to change. But that's where the program comes in. If it's hard for you to change, it's going to be hard for you to change. But if you change easily, then your new identity will easily come for you. Like I said, it's all about the votes. Giving your new identity votes. Keep voting for it. Keep deciding for your new identity. The more points or bricks you lay, you score, the more solid the foundation will be. And then the old identity will just disappear and die out. And your new identity will create your desired reality. But you need to be consistent with your new identity. So question for you, how long have you been trying to manifest a specific result that has not appeared yet? Tell me how long you've been trying to change. Tell me how long have you tried to manifest something into your life, but it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened because you didn't let it happen. You didn't believe long enough. This is how you change your life. Consistency and focus is key into creating your desired reality the fastest way possible.